rounds for the welterweight championship of the world. Presenting and introducing in this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Fort Worth, USA, the welterweight champion of the world, John the Lone Star Cobra Curry. And from Wales, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Colin Jones. At the weigh-in, ladies and gentlemen, at 10:30 today, Curry scaled 10 stone 7 pounds, Jones 10 stone 6 pounds. The officials for this contest, ladies and gentlemen, the referee from Puerto Rico, Ismael Fernandez, the judges from Denmark, Ove Elberton, and from Italy, Luigi Priani, and the timekeeper, Mr. Jack Gibbons.
Let's join our commentary team, unrivaled in expertise and experience. Jim Watt, of course, a former world champion, and Reg Guttridge, who's been at ringside for well over 50 world title fights. Reg, it's all yours.
Thank you, Jim. I'm still trying to keep young at heart. But these are the boys that've got to worry about it now. It could be an explosive first round. The champion has had 5 wins in the first round. Jones has had 4 in the first. Now, will they come out sizing each other up? Sometimes Curry is inclined to do that. If he's had to drag to do weight, and frankly, I don't really believe that. He came in right on the button, 10 stone 7. It's the smallest ring, 18 feet inside measurement. The World Boxing Association supervisor, Jim Binns from Philadelphia, said, no, it's okay, it conforms with our regulations. Ismael Fernandez does not speak English, the referee. And it's Colin Jones, the soccer-style chants from this tremendous audience at the NEC in Birmingham. And really, you can't afford to blink, especially if you're here and paying £50 for a ringside seat. I think this delay might be waiting for American live television to join us for the first round. And there they go. Mexican-made gloves. There was a bit of a row in the dressing room about the hand bandages that Curry was allowed to use because he'd broken metacarpal bones in his right hand when he won the championship. And Eddie Thomas really tried to object about too much. But I don't think there's going to be sizing up. They both know that they're stiff punchers. And they both suffered from damaged hands, which is the perennial curse of a good puncher. But I have seen Curry in action 3 times, and he's a very confident boxer indeed. And if you're unbeaten for 7 years, amateur and pro, you've got to be a bit handy. But Jones really has to be fired up. Jim Watt and I were worried perhaps a bit about motivation, 3rd time up for the championship. But of course, fighting in Britain, not at home in his sense, but as close as he can get to it, must, I hope, put a little bit of fire into his punches. But it's a tough task. The bookmakers, they don't allow the heart to rule the head. They make it 3-1 on Curry. Well, we were kind of prepared for Jones to perhaps come out firing a bit more. He's often a bit slow starting. He's had 2 British championships that went to 9 rounds, but he's done it there when he had to come from behind to win those with Kirkland Lang, and he really doesn't want to chance that with Curry. He's got to go in there winging punches, and he can dig Jones. Jim Watt is a real pros boxer, isn't he, Curry? Stands there picking them all, looking for the openings.
Yeah, well, they've both moved straight into punching range and stayed there since the first bell sounded. Nobody's backing off. Curry's just like the Cobra, they call him. He's just watching Jones all the time, waiting for that lead to come out to try and counter that lead. But it looks like a close range fight all the way through.
Certainly got a menacing look, Curry. Notice the way he has the variety of shots. Straight ones like that, just flicks them in, and then the 1-2 punch occasionally the left-hand uppercut. Colin Jones likes the left hook, but he's also banging people over with the right hand too. Well, you can understand why this championship was sold out weeks in advance. It's being seen by millions coast to coast in the States and some European countries as well as on ITV. So countdown at least for the first round. So the punters, as they say, have had their money's worth here. We make that round over running just a little bit. Well, I tell you, dollars and pounds dripped from every facet of this fight. It's reckoned to be the first £1 million fight that's taken place with all the ancillary rights, of course, of television. And we had a sponsor who came along, Ubix Copiers, and added to it as well. So it really is a big event, I tell you that.
Curry's punches, but Curry's managing to pull his head back slightly and take the sting away from Jones's punches. Curry's very sharp, indeed very fast, and a real good professional. But I'm pleased that Colin's getting into range to let his own punches go. I thought Colin may have had trouble landing punches, but he's managing to land, thankfully. Hopefully he'll start to get the snap into his punches in this round.
Absolute electric atmosphere. Round two. Remember, it's scheduled for 15 rounds, the World Boxing Association. The rival one, the World Boxing Council, is 12 rounds, and British and European championships have now been reduced to 2. So it's the first 15 rounder we've had in Britain for some years. But with punches like this, I really would be surprised if the mathematics were wanted from the Danish and Italian judges and this Puerto Rican referee. A little bit of blood coming from Jones's nose. Worrying about a little bit of scar tissue, perhaps, around his eyes. He was cut in his last fight with the American Billy Parks Jones down in Aberabon. A minute to go, gone in the second. Sorry, a minor blood drip, Jim, in the nose, which is reddening Jones's face a bit.
Yeah, that's thanks to some of the solid jabs Curry's landed already. Colin has an excellent jab himself. I don't think he uses it enough in some of his fights. But the fact that Curry's standing straight in front of him, I think a straight jab is possibly the answer here. Colin seems to be relying on hooks to the body, which are not getting through. A straight jab might just be the punch.
He tucks his arms in so well, the champion. You're more liable to hit elbows than body. He really is a gunfighter from Fort Worth. He stands there before he actually fires his shots. He looks to the target all the time. Only 23, Curry. He's such a confident champion. I think he may have won the Olympic Games had America competed in Moscow, and he won the alternative games in Nairobi. What a variety of punches he's got, although both of them here. And I tell you, the moment Jones throws a punch, he's getting every bit of support he needs from the crowd. But really, as I say, it's the loneliest place in the world in there. And I dare say, Jim, when you're in there for World Championships, as obviously you have been, you don't really hear it that much.
No, you don't hear it. This is the part Colin must be waiting for to get the fight started. I think Colin must be fed up with all the ballyhoo we've been hearing about Curry. He just wanted to get in there and get on with it. And thankfully, it's a good enough start for Colin. He's taking some punches, but he's getting his own punches back on again. It's a good enough start. It's a better start for Jones than I was worried about, actually.
I hope the referee doesn't have any trouble controlling this as we come up for the countdown for the second.
Have you heard the news that's in the news of the world?
This Sunday, Tony Blackburn's sensational confessions, his women, his marriage, and his battles with rival DJs. Diana, the supermum princess. The amazing love life of Coronation Street Romeo, Brian Tilsley. Cosmetic surgery. The News of the World investigates the dreams that come true and the nightmares. And why Crossroads stars got the sack. Plus, in Sunday, the News of the World Super Colour magazine, Love, Men and Me by Chris Everett Lloyd.
More color, more pages, more news of the world.
Second out, round 3.
So out for round 3 then, and they've just been using the coagulate swabs there to get into Jones's nose, but it's not more than kids might have in a school playground scuffle really at this stage. Hope it stays that way. And I'm impressed the way Jones has got off. He's realised that he's got to go down and throw punches. There's so many fights I've seen him when he's had a look at people for too long. So accurate countering though, Curry, Jim, isn't he? He's going well there, Jones, and then suddenly very fast counters.
See, his reflexes are so good. If you look at his eyes, it's total concentration. He's taking everything, every move that Jones makes, he's making note of it, and as soon as he sees a chance, then go the punches. His concentration's perfect.
Well, as for all this stuff about weight trouble, he hasn't shown it yet, Jim.
No, early days yet, but it doesn't look to me like a man who has any weight troubles. He looks fine, strong and healthy, unfortunately.
And sometimes it shows in the reflexes, doesn't it, a bit? You get a bit sluggish.
Yeah.
Oh, he's planting those right hands in a bit now. Curry, Jones, that's the stuff. The left hook's got to come back in the countering. He stays right on top of him, Curry. He hasn't backed off, but he will if he gets tagged. What a couple of good throws these are, Jimmy. Good solid punches the whole time.
Any time I've heard Curry's manager, Gorman, speaking, he puts great emphasis on the fighter being able to push the other fighter back, and you can see that already. Curry doesn't want to give it an inch. He's trying to push Jones back all the time.
Could be blooded in the mouth too, Jones. He's boxing a bit open mouth. A minute to go in the third. And it's the Colin Jones chant. Sometimes, Jim, the pressure of fighting at home can be a bit tough as well.
Yeah, well, you don't have any excuses, any stories there. It looks as though the bridge of Colin's nose is cut, actually.
Yes, that was where it was coming from. I thought it was his mouth to start with, but no, it is the bridge of the nose. It's right across the bridge. Eddie Thomas is a very good corner man. He worked with Ken Buchanan when he was in trouble, and before that, Howard Winstone, both world champions, but he's got his work cut out here.
See, Curry won't take a backward step. If Jones comes at him with punches, he just covers up, leans forward, pushes Jones back, and then lets his own punches go again. Just won't take a backward step at all.
Go.
When you wake up, if it's Siberia in your slippers, the Baltic in your bathroom, and positively Vladivostok on the landing, then you need gas central heating. Just set the gas central heating clock, and it will automatically turn on the radiators not just in one room, but all over the house, and give you piping hot water whenever you want it. So, when you wake up, it's the Bahamas in your bedroom, Bali in the bathroom, in fact, positively Hawaii all over the house. Get to a better climate. Go by gas.
Round 4. And as I said, manager Eddie Thomas has had to work there trying to staunch that cut across Jones's nose. And it looks as though he knows, Jim, he's got to go out and throw punches and take a few chances.
Yeah, but I think he knows he'll have to try and push Curry back because Curry's dictating too much. and it's a very, very difficult job Jones has to push him back.
Asking to see the doctor now. They're Midland Counties doctors, the Puerto Rican referee. Don't normally stop it a cut on the nose, but I think his eye has been, yes, it has as well. Oh, it's a nasty cut on there. What a shame in the 4th round. I had this dreadful feeling that it might happen, the scar tissue. So at the start of the 4th round, 2 minutes 7 seconds. They're throwing some buckles in the ring now. We could do without that. What nonsense that is. The doctor has to do that sort of thing, and I'm just ducking down now. It's stopped, I'm glad to say. Absolute idiots doing that kind of thing. It's totally unnecessary. It's not Curry's fault. And we had this nonsense with Marvin Hagler and Alan Minter at Wembley, and we really do not need it in this country. The Americans are looking in, and we're disgusted about it as well.
You're only going to injure innocent people. Please don't throw things into the ring.
Quite rightly, the Master of Ceremonies, Jim, there saying that. Why does this happen? It happens very infrequently, I'm pleased to say, at boxing, but it's bad when it does. Jim, weigh that up. What a disaster there. It was cut worse than we thought, really.
Yeah, it was badly banged up. It was obvious from the early stages Colin was going to be banged up before he got into the fight. I was always worried about the first 4 or 5 rounds, how much punishment Colin was going to have to take. Unfortunately, his eyes and nose didn't hold out, and badly cut the referee had to stop the fight. It's a tragedy the missiles coming into the ring, because we won't be able to get world champions to come here again. They just won't bring their titles to Britain anymore.
Of round 4, ladies and gentlemen, Jones has sustained a very bad cut. The contest has been stopped. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, and still welterweight champion of the world, Don Curry.
Well, it's crazy because there's no head problems there, Jim. It was all clean punches. I said he's got these kind of tomahawk type punches that he brings down at you from angles, and because Jones was cut in his last fight, there was always this fear that it would happen, but of course it's cut in a different place.
Yeah, well, it was actually a perfect performance by Curry. You couldn't fault anything he did. He took the sting out of Colin's punches, but Colin managed to land, got his own punches off. Any time there was a burst of punches, Curry had the last word. He controlled it all the way through, more or less.